Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello, Deacon Don and Anne Marie. How are you?
We're fine, Father.
So-
How are you?
Father,
Maybe I should ask Kamasava.
ça va bien?
Well,
I would like to share with you a peace story today. Do you like to listen, Deacon?
Love
And-
to.
we will.
There was a homeless person laying down by the street in a big city, and he had a lot of money in his bag, and usually he keeps that bag as his pillow and sleeps by the roadside. Okay. Uh, Suddenly one day, another stranger came and sat beside the homeless person and watched all the money that he has inside the bag. So he had been waiting for the homeless person to sleep to rob that money bag. So that was his intention. But for somehow, the homeless person already realized that there is a person waiting out there, that he might go to sleep and rob his money bag. For the surprise of the thief, the homeless person called him, "Hey, can I come here? Take this bag, okay? I would rather let you to take this money bag and leave me in peace so that I can sleep peacefully rather than worrying all night that when you are going to take it away from me, okay? I will let you take it, okay?" And then he went to sleep. The person who took that money bag was unable to sleep all night, holding that money bag in his hand. One thing, he could not sleep because he wanted to protect the money bag. The another thing, he could not understand how this person let it go. You know, what might have been his courage or his strength or inner peace that he was able to let go something valuable to him. So he came back the next day and said, "You know what? I'm sure you slept in peace, but I couldn't sleep peacefully. All night I was trying to protect it, and all the more I was wondering how great you must be to let it go." Then he said, that is where the real peace lies, detachment. Lot of times in our lives, we are holding on to a lot of things, unable to let it go. If we let go things, that might give us peace. Every person have to die one day and let it go things in their lives. But while living, we are unable to let it go and unable to have peace. Then the homeless person told him, "See, that is why I was able to. I have the detachment. I have nothing to hold on to, nothing to keep it for. I'm a homeless person. I'm okay with my daily life this way. Therefore, that is why I was able to let it go and also able to sleep peacefully. But whereas you had the money bag in your hand, you had everything, but still you were not able to sleep peacefully because you are trying to possess it, something that not belong to you. Therefore, that did not allow you to be in peace. But if you had a heart of let it go and have detachment to anything in this world, you will be at peace at all times.
There's so many ways of detachment to bring
Yeah,
peace,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Detachment, I mean, we're just giving samples. We could share for hours on
Yes,
that.
yeah.
There's detachment from material things,
Yeah.
the need for money,
Yeah.
those things. And once you detach, then you can give to others. That doesn't bother you. As the man you were sharing, he allowed him to take the bag,
Yeah.
you know. And so there's detachment from that. There's detachment from,
Yeah.
the being on the internet, pornography, all these things. There's so many things, and I think as we grow in our relationship with God, we, you know, we let go of a lot of those things. Like when we first got married,
Yeah.
we have our own lives, our own things that we're attached to. And when you get married, you go, oh my God, I won't be able to do this anymore. Will he be able to do that anymore? And all that. But that love that you have, as you
Yeah.
grow in that love, you kind of let go of those things because they're not
Exactly.
important anymore.
Yes,
So it has to do with
Yeah.
relationship.
Sometimes my own desires, my own will, when I let it, when I have the courage to detach from them, I'm able to give more love, be there for the other person.
Right.
That way, when we do for each other, when we are able to detach our own desires and will and wish for the good of each other, we are able to love even more, and we are able to be at peace, real peace.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, for me especially, peace comes if I've committed a sin, and I go to reconciliation.
Yeah.
The peace that comes out of that
Yeah.
is, there's nothing that can explain that.
Yes.
You walk out, like I told you, I was at a retreat, and on Friday nights we have reconciliation, and so during reconciliation we have exposition, and so I was letting the people go, and then it was my turn, so I went to reconciliation, and I came back and I sat in the chapel with the exposition, and the peace that I felt was like nothing I had ever experienced. I couldn't move. People would come in and out. I couldn't. I had to stay there. It was an experience of peace that I think I rarely have felt in that intense.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think reconciliation, I always feel peace after reconciliation, but not as strong as that was that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of detachment from
From sin.
sin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are so many detachments that can give us peace.
Yeah.
You are saying, what are they?
What detachments? There's detachments,
Money.
earning money, detachments from being on technology all the time.
Yeah.
Technology. It's you have to. You got to have your phone. You got to have your computer, your iPad. You can't. You can't sit and talk without having that there.
Exactly.
There's and that doesn't bring peace in your life. And your job, this summer letting go of something I've done for 33 years, and just having anxiety about what's happening, but being able to work through it and pray through it, to be able to begin to feel that peace and enjoy that time, that I'm having. So,
But the whole community and our parish and all the children that you taught, we are all so grateful for what you have done for us. We will always remember, this community will always remember and be grateful to you for your time, your dedication, and the energy, the intellectual that you put in to prepare. You did a beautiful job, and for years to come, people will miss, and but we thank you. We want to be grateful to you for
you're
what you have
welcome.
done. Yeah.
It's a wonderful community. It's my home.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you, Deacon, and
You're welcome.
thank you, Anne-Marie,
You're
for
welcome. You're welcome.
joining for today's reflection.
And thank you for these little reflections
thank
each
you.
day.
So just want to wrap it up saying our peace can also come from detachments. There are so many things that we are holding on to today that is not allowing us to have the real peace. So we need to pray about it. We ask God's grace and think and see what are the things that I am holding on to, or what are the things that are holding me that I need to detach myself from,
Right.
so that I can have the real peace that Christ wants to give me. May this Advent be a wonderful opportunity for us to think about it, pray about it, and have the wisdom to know what is that, and let it go at this Christmas, so that the peace of Christ can come into our hearts. Yeah, I'd like to wish you a beautiful day.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Father.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, you too.
Merci beaucoup.
Bienvenue.
Bien.